The next day on the island store, Thomas was about to go to the Balis Railway, ringing Claire Bell. Beep beep. But he suddenly rolled off the bridge. The good thing he wasn't hurt. He had to stumble down a hill and landed on his side. Stepney was sent to go and take his... There was no engine at the... Stepney was the only engine available. So he had to take his freight train to his empty ballast truck, Thompson's empty ballast trucks, to the Balis Railway. Okay, here I go. He whistled, and he soon puffed away to the Balis Railway. It took a very, very, very long time, but Stepney had made it, and it was almost now night. It was hard to see for Stepney, but he carried on across the line. He didn't see the warning sign that fell on his line. He just ran it over and bumped. Whoa, he said. He did not know that his line was on repairs ahead. Until there was a lantern shining, and it was too late. He wheezed in mud, and it was really dirty too. Until the whole boiler was filled with dirt. It was buried under dirt. I gotta find the Balis quarry, he said. The Balis quarry, well, it wasn't really a quarry. Stepney called it a quarry. He hasn't really been to the Balis Railway yet in a long time. He only went there with Thomas when they discovered it. He was only the engine that discovered it. He didn't really remember everywhere because it'd been such a long time. He was wheezing and whooshing to find a water tower. He saw a stream right next to a tree. Ooh, I can probably get some water from that stream. The driver and fireman did not have any holes in their bucket that they had. They parked Stepney right next to the tree. So they got the water. They made sure there was no fish. It filled Stepney up with water. And Stepney rumbled really fast away. Stepney was switched onto the wrong line. He wheezed and woozed. The trucks were really troublesome. So they shook the coupling between the last ballast car and the caboose, and then the train snapped. The caboose rolled down the line and stuck in a mud pile. Stepney only had the trucks, so if he needed an extra backup brakes, he didn't have anyone. You could see another hill up ahead. Be ready, because these trucks are really troublesome, he said, as he rolled towards the little hill. It wasn't too long, but the trucks had a plan. That Nimrod stab will get to the top of the hill, one said. We snapped the coupling. That's technically every plan that we always have. Wish we had other plans, like push him down the hill or pull him backwards. Good idea! They bumped in one of the ballast cars that flew on and hit a switch thing, which sent it Stephanie onto the long hillside. And they pulled back, and Stephanie then couldn't stop. Oh! Whoa! Ah, man, we could have ran into that ditch. It would be funner to roll backwards. Said one of the trucks as they rolled backwards down the line. How do we stop? How do we stop? He said. No, stop! Screamed Stephanie. His motor in his firebox. He had a motor unlike the engines of Sodor. But when he was built on the Blue Bell Railway, he was built with a motor, which makes him stronger and can make him pull heavier loads better than any other engine, even Gordon. That's why he pulled the Express one time by himself. Wait a minute, he said. Does that make a boost? A couple of freight cars and send them into a siding. They did, and they hit some tree. They hit the buffers in the forest. And Stephanie raced as fast as he could go to the caboose. Come on, let's go, he said. And he wheezed and wooshed back to the trucks. Hope you guys do you guys have something to say to my good old breaker band? Sorry, we'll be good. But Stephanie's adventure wasn't over yet. He was going to discover something like Gordon and Thomas rolled in earlier, but that dried up. The old ditch. It wasn't too long till Stephanie saw it. Man, it's that ditch that Gordon and Thomas were telling me about earlier today when they got back from the balis. I need to catch my breath. The balis station. I only made my way to the balis station. The rest of the engines kept on going through it. He slowed down as he reached the ditch. Bust my buffers, he said. This is really bad, he said. But more wars was coming. Oh man, stuck. He then sunk into the ditch mud. Oh no, help me, he yelled. He tried to move his wheels, but just made it worse. Then, to make matters worse, he ran into some trees, and hit some mud from an old farmer. The trucks rolled it back. Stephanie told the trucks to hold back. Hold back, trucks, hold back. We're at your service. Arr! They hold back and pulled Stephanie on the rail surprisingly. Thank you, said. None of the engines went further than the old ditch. He rumbled and roared. As he reached across the line, he could see how far home was. He could see how far he has been going. He looked at the beautiful sky. What a beautiful sky, he said. I wish I could fly. It would be so cool. Sighed his driver. How about we make you wings over here? Good one, good one. Stepney laughed. The trucks tried to tell Stepney what was up ahead. He couldn't hear because he was going too fast. He was sent onto a siding where there was trees and bushes, really long grass. Oh dear, he said. He raced on into it. But I made it, he said. What? I guess he transformed back onto the line. Whoa. He heard another engine roll by. Oh. Stepney, it was a car. It's our Topham Hatt's car, making sure that you're okay probably. Huh? He said, oh no. They said the trucks, the coupling on from the brake van and the caboose, the brake van and the car was starting to snap, just until the whole train started to come apart. The coupling hit one of the boards on the bottom of the caboose and made it fall off the line. Stepney stopped for some reason. Ow. Sorry, Stepney. The coupling have snapped. Okay, let's go, he said. Another car! Ghost! Stepney, said his driver. Calm down. It was a car. Maybe Sir Topham Hatt came to find you and listen to some really cool music. Now Stepney was really far from the entrance from Sodor to the Balis Railway. Whoa, he whistled. It's a big ghost. Whenever Sir Topham Hatt was driving in his car, he thought he was a ghost. But really, it was just him driving in his car. He then could see where he was getting his load off. Still racing really fast. Ah! He told his driver to quickly uncouple. Lost my buffers. He wheezed. Ah! Uncouple. Shing. He stopped. Nowhere to go. Trucks rolled off the line. Oh no, he said. What about us? Just pushed the caboose at the end of the train. Keep going! He put the caboose at the front of the train and was wheezing backwards. Just then, there was a big crack in the line. This place is really old. He cried and cried until his driver could set him free. I'm safe, he said. What about us now? Oh dear, he said. He didn't really care. He just raced backwards. until he reached onto an old siding and back onto the main line and raced to the end of the balis line that will go back to Sodor. Meanwhile, back at the trucks, by the other extra truck, it hit a rock. Really humongous rock. It was flying back. Let's go back to Sodor, man. Okay. Starting so I could hear the cars. Come on, let's go back. You said we'll fill up Val's cars. Although it was similar, even darker. Where am I?